Welcome back to this week's video. This week's been a crappy week.
It's been a crappy week. And we go in depth on this channel, guys. We take you in, we show you everything that we're doing, including showing you our own crap. So be grateful.
Careful with some graphic images that are coming up.
Yeah.
If you're sensitive to it, just close your eyes.
Yeah.
Jokes. No.
No jokes. It's pretty gross, but we've got to show you what we're doing. And we had issues this week with the septic system and with our drains. So we're going to take you through what we did, how we fixed it, and hopefully we've solved the issue. And then next week, finally, we're getting back to doing some plastering and getting the house ready, and we don't have to worry about dealing with problems. But
hey, this video again, don't forget to tune and stay to the end because
we've got loads of crap, and then at the end, Sarah's doing some baking again. So
another baking, yeah.
Enjoy. Right, well, we've woken up this morning, guys, and we've come across a bit of a problem. Let me show you what it is I'm talking about. So we found this big leak on our land. It came in last week, and we found out that there was a leak in our filter in the mains line water, and it was filling up the box that's just over here. It was filling up this box here with water, and it was all draining down the bottom. That got fixed though. That got fixed, and we thought the problem was gone. It started drying up down the bottom there, and then it came back again yesterday. We had the water down the bottom again yesterday. So I went and checked the meter. We went out for a couple of hours. I checked the meter. I checked that box again, make sure there wasn't any leak in the box. And we'd gone out for a couple of hours, come back, and there was no change in the meter. We did it again overnight, no change in the meter, so we've got no leak in the mains line water. I come out this morning and it stinks a bit. And then there's some water around one of the sewage boxes. So I've opened up one of the sewage boxes and we've got a big problem. So our sewage box here is full to the brim of our poop. So first thing in the morning, I'm out here, got myself a drain snake trying to clear it out. No luck. It's not clearing, and so I've had to call someone out, hopefully going to be in the next 20 minutes, to give it a bit of a pressure wash and clean it all out, because this is a big problem. It means we can't go to the toilet. So yeah, not a good morning. Also, was our anniversary yesterday, so we're supposed to be celebrating today, Saturday. that plan went down the toilet as well. So the guy's here, and he's hopefully gonna pass a high pressure tube all the way down and hopefully clear up all the mess that we've made. As easy as that, guys. When you've got the right tools, the job's not hard. I'm here worrying about it. 120 euros later, 5 minutes is fixed the problem. Right. Guys, today we've got a very exciting yet smelly day. We are sorting out all our poop. So unfortunately our fossa, or our septic tank, hasn't been draining properly, and we think, or our plumber thinks, that it's due to the fact that the old soakaway isn't working. So we've had a digger out here today building a new soakaway. And we've got the plumber coming tomorrow to build it all in. Bad news is that we were supposed to have the septic tank cleaned this morning and everything taken out, but they got delayed and can only come tomorrow. So we decided to dig the new soakaway already, and then we found out that there's holes in the septic tank, which was the old way that I think they were draining it. They just drilled holes into the side of the septic tank and let it drain straight into the earth. But it's been 60 years since they started it. It's now fully saturated. You got no water coming out. But as soon as we started digging, we've now got our poop all in there, all in our land. So we'll show you what it looks like at the moment. And thank goodness you can't smell it. Right, so let's take you through what we actually did here with the septic system. Apologies, it wasn't filmed at the time, but we were literally knee deep in crap. So I think now's a more suitable moment after we showered and cleaned up for the day. But we had to put the ladder down here and get into the septic tank, which I think is not advised for anyone to do and can be dangerous. But we tried to do it all with our feet, what we needed to do here. So basically what we've got here, this is an old septic system. It's been here, I think it was built in 1975, is when the house was built and the septic system was built. And it was completely blocked up. So it wasn't draining into the field anymore. And so what we've had to do is do a new drainage field. And also there was no separation between the tanks. So there's two tanks here. I think both has about 5,000 litres. So it's about a 10,000 litre tank in total. But there was no separation between the two. There is a wall built down the middle, but the water was just flowing over the top because it was basically overflowing here. It was completely full. So we've done two things. We've built a new drainage soakaway, and then we've also put in a U-bend here to make sure when the water level rises that the scum stays on one tank and then only the water goes into the other, hopefully meaning that the soakaway doesn't get blocked up with our poop. So talking about quickly, I'll show you an image here of what we did. But basically we put a U-bend in between the two tanks. You're going to have scum sitting on top of the water, and anything that sits and sinks and goes to the bottom will sit at the bottom of the water. But the water in the middle should be fairly clean. So the U-bend sits in the cleanish water. Nothing's clean here, it's your septic system. So it sits in the cleanish water, and then when the water starts rising, only the clean water transfers to the other side of the tank, which will then go into the soakaway and drain out into the field, meaning that the tank won't overflow and you won't have scum in both sides of the tank. So that's what we did. I'll show you in the image what we did. And then the soakaway over here, I think we went overboard on it, but I'm hoping it's going to last a long time. We've dug basically a 30-metre trench. Let's turn Sarah around. So we dug a 30-metre trench round here, and you can see the end of the soakaway is a pipe coming out of the ground, which is basically our inspection chamber. So if we ever do have any issues with it, hopefully we can send a hose down and clear it out. But we dug this down. It was about a metre and a half deep, even deeper in some places up on this hill. And then we filled it with large rocks first and foremost. They were probably, I don't know, about 30 centimetres, 30, 40 centimetres large rocks that went in.
Bigger than that.
Maybe bigger than that.
Yeah.
And we filled the trench with that first. And then we laid, it was about 10 centimetre brita, just rock that we filled on top of that to get us a nice level. And then we put the perforated tube on top of that. and then we put more brita, more stone on top of that was finer, and then we've covered that with a geotextile to stop any soil going down into it. So that should hopefully mean that we've got lots of area for the water to escape into and then drain into the field slowly. I'm hoping when the B&B's full, we can have one unit that can house 4 people, another unit that have 2, and then our family of 4 means that max here we should have 10 people at a time. And hopefully we've done a good system here that we don't have any future issues. A new system in itself, if it was a plastic tank that we put in, and a brand new system, getting the excavator here and digging it all out would have cost us about 7,000. And that was a cheap quote, 7, 10, even 15,000 euros. But we've done it, what we think hopefully will work. The plumber only charges 600 euros to get into the tank, which I think is a bargain because that's not a job I would fancy doing myself. And then the drainage field, we had the excavator here. He probably did about 4 or 5 hours work on it at 50 euros an hour. So let's say 6 hours work, so 300 euros for the excavator. And then we had about 1,000 euros worth of rock. So it's cost us about 2 grand still. So it's not been a cheap fix, but it's definitely cheaper than the 10, 15 grand quote that we had for a whole new system. So hopefully we're spending a lot of money. We spent a lot of money on the roof, on the septic system, but hopefully we've done things right here that we shouldn't have problems for years to come.
It's been a smelly week, as you've just seen, and we need a break. The kids need a break. They've been driving us nuts, so we found a pool up in the hills in a place called Sewage, and we're going to go and have a look and have some fun.
Now it's time for baking. So let me show you another one of the products I'll be selling in our bakery. Enjoy.